Hello and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And welcome.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, yeah.
You have a So Fired moment? I do.
You go.
Okay, so I said my chicken wing was broken.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to work out. And I was on that cleanse and I was starving. And everything was just going so awry in my life. My leg is now injured today.
Aww.
And I can't, it's like my inner thigh, and I can't really bend down to pick anything up. And it's so strained and start to cramp. And then it kind of falls asleep and the whole thing goes honey.
Come on.
I know. So this is kind of why I'm sitting sprawled out over here. But on the plus side, my chicken wing feels so much better. I worked out. I doubled down on working out today or this week, extra hard on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday.
Just checking in and letting you know.
Yeah, I'm back. My mental capacity is back. I got to work out. I feel so much better mentally. Physically, my body's still broken. But on the plus side,
You're like, and I couldn't take my knot, so I'm going to just forgo whatever.
I'm going to forgo all my doctorly knowledge and any kind of personal training advice and knowledge that I know and just double down and go for it.
Well, good.
Yeah. So I feel good.
That's great.
Minus the leg.
Okay. Yeah, I have a So Fired moment. I
Okay.
sure do. Hey, I've never been more proud to be my age, which is the age I've ever been, but perks come with that.
That's true. You're not younger today.
I'm not younger today.
Okay, what's your perk?
So this is gonna be a long ride for you guys. Buckle up. So big fan, Panic at the Disco. They performed last night, and I had the opportunity to go. Brandon, what's his?
I've literally no idea what his name is. I don't really know anything about Panic at the Disco.
All right,
Yeah.
So I had the wait. I lost my train of thought.
But you like being your age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is great. Okay, so this concert to me represented like Josie Grossi going back in time into high school, and hopefully her Justin Timberlake will pick her.
Oh, God, Josie Grossi. Is that miserable?
So I was like, okay, so everything, it wasn't a line, like the stars and like the fucking like placement of the seating and everything.
Yeah, you had great seats.
Great seats.
Yeah.
So I was on the side, like on the wing, if you will, and our set, like the seats, eye level of the stage when he was standing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the eye fuckery. I fucking slay. This was like, okay, you got
okay. Yeah, I think
no, wait.
on Patreon, we're gonna go through an eye fucking tutorial with Chelsea because these eyes, I don't know where they come from, and I have to look away. I'm like, I feel uncomfortable. Like they're so intense. Don't worry about it.
And then, so there's so many things at play here. I was like theater nerd, right?
Yeah.
Like honor roll and theater nerd,
Yeah.
right? And like this guy's theater nerd.
Yeah.
And so like theater kids like speak a language.
Oh.
And we get like all the wing stuff and the theater portion of it. And I realized I was like sitting there with Jen and I was like, I've been in theater since like kindergarten.
Oh.
I was like, I stole the scene in the play when I was like in first grade or kindergarten.
I don't know.
Anyway, point being is theater kids, we love each other. So he was like the king of the theater nerds, right?
Okay.
Huge production. I lost my train of...
You were Josie Grossi going back.
And, okay, so I brought all this energy. Now, I have to be completely honest. You know that I'm really attracted to this dude. Like,
Yeah.
I have sweated with this man before.
Mm-hmm. She thinks he's hot. Real hot.
So we have bonded energetically in a way that I feel like I'm really connected to this person.
At the show or previously?
Previously, up to this point.
Okay.
So I'm realizing, like, when he comes on, I'm like, I'm really fucking nervous. I really love this dude. I fucking love this guy. Like, I didn't realize, because sometimes I forget what, like, I'm a really big fan. Like, if you had asked me, are you a big fan of Panic? I'd be like, yeah, I get it. But I'm like, no. All the walks, all the times I've rewatched that video. So hard. Anyway, so I was just like, all right. So looking, and I'm just like, oh my God, now I'm jumping up and down. And I'm having a great time. And I'm filming. But then I look out, no one's dancing.
Oh.
No one was moving. And I was like,
are people sitting or
they're
are they
standing there?
Okay.
Like,
Okay. And what was the age range of people that were
You know,
probably
you'd be
there?
surprised.
Was it all ages?
It was kind
Yeah.
of all ages. At first, it predominantly felt like me.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. That's kind of my so fired moment, actually, is the fuck that. I'm happy to be finally here with a group and like the Mickey Mouse ears, and we all have the fucking thing, and we're all excited. And this was my tribe last night.
Yay.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, I get so much better. So, okay, get back to the concert. It's sad. And like, no one's dancing. So, you know what?
Okay.
This is my fucking.
So Chelsea gets up and starts dancing.
This was my ultimate fucking moment because, like, I've always wanted my super fandom best fan in the best fan in the stand.
Yeah.
There was like a contest or an award, I would win it.
Yes.
That came in play last night.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought to myself, this is my moment.
Mhm.
Like, he needs to be the ultimate fan because no one's fucking dancing. He's like yawning and like tired. And you can see him like oxygen inhaler between sets. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh, my friend's. So I actually say out loud, I'm like, my friend's tired. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I could see my friend like struggling. And now as performers, now I'm sorry, you guys, but there is an element of theater to this to some
Yeah.
degree, right?
Totally.
And so now I'm just seeing like the performer and then like this kid, and I'm like, I feel like I would know him.
Right.
I feel like we do know.
I feel like, yes, if you were in high school at the same time together, you would have been theater.
No, not even.
Yeah.
Oh, like now, like if he and I could have gone back to high school, we'd be friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being, so I'm like, this is my moment. Now, I know the show's an hour and a half.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna jump up and down
For an hour and a half.
for an hour and a half. Because that's what it took, right? He's fucking performing. No one's showing up for him. And I'm like, all right, motherfucker, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go toe to toe. He's picking up on like my subtle cues and stuff. All right, so I'm jumping up and down the whole time. And I'm like, and now he starts to like giggle at times. And he'd be like, you're cracking me. Like, at one point, we're now actually interacting. We are fucking interacting. So I brought all the energy with me from the times I look at his face, the pent up energy, like the sheer dancing of it, like, and then like whatever pent up energy, like I was able to like bring all of me. It was like it broke through. Like I was starting to.
Yeah. He felt it.
He did. So it was like crossing over, dude. Because before we did, we set an intention. This is what I want out of this show. And this is my, like, because I was like, you know, this crowd, right? This section right here is going to have a very good time. I'm going to bring a lot of fun for all of you.
Yeah.
And it was true, right?
Uh-huh.
Because, like, I'm dancing and I'm getting everybody together. And then he's like, oh, over here. And then everyone's like, oh my God, we love our section. And I'm like, I told you to trust me. Like, and so, yeah. But then at one point he was like, you know, it's people like you that make this worth it, or like otherwise without people like you, this would just be a sound check.
Oh.
Then at one point it like the lights are down and he's like, you're gorgeous. And now he's like, you're like, am I talking about me? Oh, look at that. And then and now like he'll like walk by on the stage and he'll keep his head down, right? Doot, doot, doot. And then like 2 steps afterwards he'll like look back and I'm still like, and then I could see like him smile a little bit. I was like, so at the end, one last time. Now I was like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, just really want to thank you. You fans make it all worth it, or blah, blah, blah. I couldn't record it and I couldn't remember it either. But something to the effect of like, yeah, you guys made it worth it. So thanks for coming out. You guys been really special today. I was literally, we were having a conversation.
Obviously, his security should have came out and like grabbed you to go back.
I knew that's what you would have wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I don't. Sometimes nothing could be better than it was. Like, oh, hey, my name's Chelsea. You did a great job. That was amazing. You're so good. Yeah.
I've been like, yeah, oh my God, this is amazing. That was a good show.
Okay. Well, this is how good I know you.
Uh-huh.
I came home last night and did a Patreon.
Oh. What? Healthy did an assignment? Yeah. Extra credit?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, you guys, Lindsay's going to love the fact I'm doing that.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even acknowledge it in there. But the thing is, I'm like, yeah.
Well, when I saw you today, you're like, I'm so happy you didn't go with me last night.
Well,
Is
I
that
did
on the
say that.
Patreon? Or is
No,
okay.
I will explain why I said that. Because you know what? I needed to be the girl, right?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, pick you. Like, again, Josie Grocery gets picked by your Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta be the only one. I can't be competing two hot chicks. Because then he's gonna be like, which one? And then I'm gonna be like this. And I was like, I just need this moment to be like, woo. Actually, there was really no reason.
There's really no reason other than the fact that like I don't really care about Panic at the Disco.
I know, but you would have. You know how I can make anybody a fan.
I know. I would just like would have to be in the mood to like
because you're so goddamn close.
Yeah, totally.
And when you start picking up on the fact that like he might be kind of talking to us.
Yeah, I think I saw them at band camp in 2007 at some point.
Yeah. You know what?
No,
all it means
like
is
that though.
So hot. I don't care. That is my band. I'm gonna be a ride or die.
Yeah,
I may go see him again.
actually, a true emo through and through.
I don't know that I would go again. I just don't think it can be recreated.
Yeah, probably not.
Like it was a perfect moment for like an hour and a half. And he's like, "Wow, you're really giving it. You're all really
The crowd's really popping off over here in this one particular section with this one particular person."
Jen's friends met up with this afterwards, and she's like, "Yeah, well, you couldn't really miss Chelsea. She's the only one dancing out of an entire stadium that wasn't dancing." I actually told Jen we would call her, and maybe we can do that and get her take on what I'm saying to see if it's at all accurate.
We should call her.
Okay.
Can we put her on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Would that work?
Yeah. Let me see. Because I was like, hey, Jen, what would be really funny is if I tell this story, and then you could tell.
I will just confirm.
Yeah.
You're dancing.
Oh no! How much he wants to run away with me.
Does she sleep in or does she?
I kind of gave her a heads up that we might be calling.
Good morning, Jen.
Hi.
Hi. You're on the podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So Chelsea was just telling us about the show last night. I just want to confirm a couple details. Was she the only one dancing in the entire stadium?
I mean, I was dancing too, but she was definitely the only one putting in that energy level.
And did her and what's his face connect?
I think on an emotional level for sure.
Ooh, okay.
What does that mean?
I mean, there was literally like, we were like the only two dancing, and Chelsea was putting her like whole heart into it, but like literally no one was dancing.
Was she eye fucking?
That's so strong.
Did you see her eyes? Or were they stuck on him?
Not the whole time, but I don't deny it.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted to confirm. I didn't doubt her for a second, but I just want to hear from you.
Wait, tell her at the end. Tell her about the end when it was like, I just want to thank you for coming out. Chelsea, you were amazing.
Chelsea?
Oh, your hands are so cool.
I know.
Yeah. I just felt like he wanted to say my name and just be like, thank you, Chelsea. And I said, thank you, Brendan. I love you too. And I kept blowing him kisses.
Yeah.
And then he started blowing kisses back.
Is that true?
Like, not at me.
I don't know.
Remember, he like then started blowing kisses, like the motion of doing it to others. So it was a lot of like miming and seeing like what he would like. He's got one video where he's like hand on mic and the other hand is outstretched. So while he was singing, I was like doing it back to him. And he was like, oh, right? Because if you like know the video, like the way the video is, you can incorporate it in your dancing while you're dancing up there to get their eye. So he was like, oh. Then there was a moment where he's like on the other side of the stage, like rocking out with the guitarist. I'm seeing myself in the Jumbotron and like turn, so I reverse mirror it so it looks like we're all thrusting.
Yeah.
He looks up on the Jumbotron and can see it. And he was like, okay, what? I didn't see that coming. You really got it. Like singing, and then like, holy cow, like you got game. He's like, didn't see that one coming, because I'm like, I could see myself like this.
I can see how that went down.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay. Thanks, Jen.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. Bye, Jen. Thank
Bye.
you.
Ryan.
All right. So
Okay.
what this got me thinking was, I'm so grateful, but it got me thinking about how sad it was for my friend, the performer.
Why?
Well, you know what? A lot of his message was like, you need me as this propped up monkey. Please let me go. I'm giving you everything I have. So it got me thinking about like constraints.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And how he sounds tired.
I'm just squeezing my thigh over here because it is cramping and in pain and shooting down my leg all at the same time.
Oh my God. God damn it.
But my shoulder doesn't.
It looks so bad.
Anyways, we have our dancing monkey up on.
Anyway, so constraints.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like just the dichotomy about like having to like do something despite like not wanting to, right? And like, why do we do that to ourselves? I was thinking about this same notion like earlier in the week when I went hiking, and I'm like, gosh, I wish I didn't have to wear a bra. And I was like, isn't that so sad? Like, I'm either like you can never even when you're hiking, you still have to have constraints.
You could not wear a bra.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
That's up to you.
Yeah, it is. Listen to you with that little sound in your voice.
I go outside without a bra all the time.
Like you go outside. Do you leave your house?
Yeah.
Where?
I'll go get some ice cream. I'll go to the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just wear a baggy sweatshirt.
Okay, here's the problem. One time I took a picture with my cousin in Buffalo about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Was it 4 years ago? And I didn't have a bra on, and I didn't like the lighting.
Oh.
And I've forever
Forever will have a bra on.
yeah.
Well, I have literally no boobs, so I guess for me it doesn't matter.
So, okay, but point being, like, still feeling culturally constrained enough that I was like, now, even on my one practice that is, like, near and dear to my heart, I still have to wear a bra.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm going with friends, sorry, Ken, I'm going to tear this wall down. I don't want to, but I have to. Like, and it's just like, bummer.
I am. I mean, it might also be uncomfortable to not wear a bra.
Who would know?
I know.
I don't even get the right to know. So I guess what I'm saying is like people are like, they do all these things out of social conscience. Like,
Out of like a social norm, just how people are like, oh, do you hike? Like, no, I don't like hiking. And there's pressure and you live in Colorado. The norm is that you're an outdoorsy person
yeah, I would.
and you are camping, you're hiking, you're biking, you're swimming,
Yeah.
you're paddleboarding, you are outside at every moment of every possible day.
Can I tell you something as now a new representative being on the other side of this?
Yeah.
It's very exhausting to have to defend the reason why you don't like doing those things.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like this is a very snotty club. This is a very pretentious, like, oh my God, why don't you do this at the Hamptons? Bloody blah. Like, what the fuck, you guys? You've been making us feel bad about not doing like Colorado things, and you're just a bunch of assholes.
Yeah. I do feel the pressure to go
That's
out
what I
and do
mean.
things.
Like,
Yeah,
that's a social constraint.
it is. And then they're like, you don't enjoy this beautiful state that you live in.
do.
I do. I can enjoy it from afar. The mountains look gorgeous from a distance. You can't see all the shades of whites and blues and greens when you're on the mountain. You see it from a distance.
I just feel like I shouldn't have to defend if I like my state or not.
Same.
I'm tired of it. Like, I live here, don't I? Leave me alone. And do I have to be in love? You know what? I have recently fallen in love. What is in there?
Coffee.
Oh, wait. What am I here? But, yeah. So, also, do you know of any social constraints? One of you?
Well, I would say, like for me going to school for so many years and now I'm a doctor, and like anyone who goes to school and you have a degree, an accounting degree, a marketing degree, business, scientist, whatever you go for, that's your label. And if you ever,
Scientist?
yeah,
Awesome.
scientist, marine biology. So that's your label, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're known as. And then if you ever even have the thought of like, no, I don't want to do that anymore, everyone's like, oh, how dare you?
Right.
You just spent all that time and all that money to do this, and now you don't want to do that.
Right.
It's like, yeah, people evolve and change. And I think a lot of people just like stick with it because they're like, well, this is like what I did. This is what I decided to do when I was 18. So now I'm just going to stick with it, even though I'm like 50 years old right now. So I think that's like a big thing. And I think it's shifting a little bit because before it's expected that you like find a job out of school and you work there forever. But now it's more like job hopping and you can pivot a lot easier. I think with like the younger crowd, they do a lot of job hopping. But people that are like my age and maybe like older, it's like, no, we got a job. Like, let's just stick with it.
Constraint.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I struggle with that.
yeah.
And I struggle with, so I was out, like I said, last night with Jen with her friends. Two of the friends are professional sushi servers.
Wow.
So one's
They
at,
work at Uchi?
one works at Sushi Den and the
Okay.
other one works at, I forgot the other name.
Okay.
But like, they're like a thing. They're like
I didn't even know that was a thing.
it's a kind of a niche thing.
Yeah.
But point being is, oh, why do I keep losing my thoughts? She was talking about, what were you just talking about?
Having a profession that you're stuck in forever. Yeah.
I feel judged by not like being a career person
Mhm.
and successful, and like somehow I'm a failure for just because I'm okay with just doing this for the time being. So last night I got me thinking, I'm like, well, if I do really like this, then I need to be a little bit more of a professional version of it.
Sure.
And like maybe start going to like fancier restaurants where like how into this am I, or am I just enjoying being even lazier? Like so
Yeah, that's like when we started the podcast and then people are like, oh, like, what do you do? Okay, I'm a chiropractor. I do this. I do some coaching and I have a podcast. So it's almost like I wasn't saying it with confidence because they're like, why? What is that? And
I know.
questions.
Yeah.
So there's like a social
Yeah.
constraint is essentially like you're feeling embarrassed or like fear or like some kind of shame around something that you're talking about. That's not like the social norm. So when I would say I'm a podcaster, I was like, ooh, this kind of feels like weird.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't lead with that, but
Right.
that's what I want to lead with.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to lead with it as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm starting to. Like, I almost, it took me about a year,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not unreasonable.
And I think it's also a lot of people don't understand the podcasting business.
I don't think I understood it.
Yeah. As to like, well, how do you make money? Or how is that a career?
We're like,
We're still figuring out how to make money.
Grasping.
Yeah. We're like slowly getting there.
hey, Patreon listener, we have one mic. We have a new mic,
Yeah.
right?
Our sound quality is better. So if that has anything to do with making money, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a tangent.
Yeah.
But so.
Yep. So I think that's also when you're doing something new and you have to explain it over and over again. It kind of is like,
You know what it is? It's a test of like, it's like strengthening the muscle
mm-hmm.
that at first is like, oh, that's really uncomfortable. I'm a podcaster. Oh my God. Now I'm like, I don't mind low key flexing.
Yeah.
Like it feels now
Touch
it's
a
like,
muscle.
and you're like, I'm a podcaster. Like it's in the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even, I guess also sometimes it depends on who I'm talking to. I don't know if I want all my patients to listen to my podcast.
No.
So I don't really talk about it to them. I'm like, no, I don't think you want to hear me like that.
Better about that, right? I've gotten a little more mindful of like, no, I don't want to be like, yeah, but not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there is still a little social constraint there where I don't want to cross that line.
Yeah.
Fine.
But like out of like respect, right?
Right.
And maybe we're not even using this term correctly, but you know what? This is what it means for us today. Oh no, I think that's it.
I mean, I just think of it as you're not fully expressing yourself or like you kind of feel some kind of adverse response to doing something against a social norm.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like social facts, social constraints, social norms.
What?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
So like a social fact. Okay, like a social norm, it's normal for us to wear a bra when we go outside. Yeah. If you don't wear a bra going outside and you feel like shy or kind of embarrassed, that's more of a social constraint because that's an emotion getting evoked.
Shut up for this assignment.
And then a social fact is like this, like laws, government, like things that are black and white.
Don't murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually love sociology. And
Oh, you were
I
really
love-
excited for this, weren't you?
yeah, my favorite class in school was sociology and yeah, just like learning about people.
That makes sense. You get this,
Yeah.
right? And I was so excited to tell you last night. Like it's like we crossed over energetically,
Yeah.
and I was gonna tell you, and you were gonna be like, "This I had."
Actually, I'm happy I didn't go last night.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
Ow.
why?
My arm is sore. I'm happy to go last night because I don't know if I could handle all the energy.
There was so much energy.
Yeah. I would have just been like cowering down
Yeah.
in my chair, been like, you got this. Like,
yes.
you're good to go.
Yeah.
I'll go get us a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there to do
So,
the
like,
thing.
you know what you did? You went against a social norm of the crowd of just standing there, and you were like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to dance.
I actually really had felt like I really committed because I was like, you couldn't. Okay, this was like a real game to me in the best, most loving possible way. You have to understand, I love this man with my head and my heart.
That's a little lower than your heart, but okay.
I fucking love that man with my head and my heart. And like, I just felt like I can do this. Like, I will be here with you the whole time. So I jumped up and down. I wore the new shoes from Mexico City, and they were clutch. I never thought about them once. And like, because I needed to be able to be springy for the whole time during the song. Like, I was just there. I don't remember why we're so. But this guy,
I love these trains of thoughts going nowhere. Okay. Anyways,
he's so great. I love him so much.
yeah, that was a really good practice in going against a social norm and then
Oh, yeah.
feeling a social constraint.
Yeah.
So I think that the lesson learned is it's a muscle
It is a muscle.
and you really have to give it your all.
Yeah, you do. And put yourself out there because you know what? The people who you think, like, I was like, maybe he needs some help tonight,
Right?
like.
It's hard being a monkey on stage performing all the time.
And there's a song like that. And I was like, oh, I get it. You need someone to like kind of get you a little, you know, pep in your step.
Yeah, a little pep in your step.
So I was like, I got you. And it was like, okay, so the point I was trying to get to is like, I was committed to be with him step for step the whole way during even the slow songs. But I'm like, this is not a chance for me to like take a minute or take a break. Like,
Right.
I just need to. I'm going to play this fan. This is how he romanticizes being fangirl out because he's like old world Las Vegas. And I just tapped into that and I was like, anyway.
Anyway, that's all we have for today.
Good one.
Yeah. And I also want to say,
What?
it's like last week when we were talking about our very special guest that was going to be on our Advice with Betsy segment,
Yes.
it got rescheduled. So like we weren't leading you on, but she will be on at a later date. But we're always with our favorite podcasters. So
We are our own favorite
Yeah.
podcast.
so she will be coming on later in the year. So just
She
keep-
rescheduled, huh?
yeah, November.
Oh, it's not that long from now.
She's got a big event coming up. So yeah.
Can't wait to interview her about it.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Oh, no.
Okay, so anyways, make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast and please give us a 5-star review because it really helps us rank higher up on the charts so that more people can hear all about our enlightened conversations. So we'll see you next week. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.